Hello, my dear friends of the Feng Shui, and welcome again to Change Your Space with Feng Shui. So, if you feel or just okay in your home, how about changing that to being proud of your home, feeling nourished and supported, so you can create the space that you really want to live in? I'm Sandra, and I've been teaching and consulting Feng Shui now for almost 20 years, first in Germany and now here in beautiful New Zealand. And in this series, Change Your Space with Feng Shui, you can discover how some of the most basic principles of Feng Shui can already make a huge difference in you feeling at home in your home. So, do you want to give it a try? In the past episodes, we already talked about some basic principles like what is Feng Shui, what is Qi, what is Yin and Yang, what are the five elements, other basic concepts like different schools, long term Feng Shui versus short term Feng Shui. And in the last episode, the origin of the Bagua and how you can use that in your home. So all of this is part of really how it can help you, but you need to understand. So in my opinion, you need to understand the principles to be really able to use them. Of course, you can read a book and say, oh, I have to do A here and B there, but that defies the purpose of the Feng Shui, especially the classic Feng Shui. So I really want to teach you the way that you understand what is happening. So for instance, what is really important here is, for instance, the four components. You need to understand that Feng Shui is not just putting your sofa in this corner or in this corner. No, it is about getting your environment, enhancing and tapping into the chi of your environment with the people living in the home. So one home may suit one person, but it doesn't another. And so the building itself is also important, of course. And then across course of time, there are different energies within that home with the people and the environment, because the environment changes, doesn't it? I mean, we've just experienced exactly that. And then there will be new buildings, there will be new roads, there will be, this is how it changes over the course of time too. So it's really interesting. And another principle that we talked about was the Trinity of Feng Shui, how it's really everything is 33%. So I did this series about the Bazi. If you haven't seen it, watch it on this channel. Your horoscope, your heaven luck, the set of cards, as I always call it, that you've been dealt with and that you can build your foundation on. But of course, also your earth luck, your Feng Shui, your surrounding, the environment, tapping into that chi is important for your life. And then the man luck is your behavior, your patterns, your beliefs, how your upbringing, the surrounding, the friends, the family. That all of these three factors are influencing your life and your chi, your Feng Shui. So this Trinity is also another very important factor. And we talked about this quite a bit here. And of course, the other one that's also very important, that is the five elements of Feng Shui. So we talked about that. And those five elements is a big, 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 big lesson, because that teaches us so much. What elements have you been given for birth? What elements are present around you? What elements are missing? So we really look into that. And this is how you can become a complete person. I mean, you are a complete person as you are. But if you want to evolve, if you want to change something, and this is what this series is all about. If you want to change something, all of these factors that we've been talking about can help you change to the better and change more easily. Because if we find out, and I talked about this in the chapter about the five elements, if we find out that one of the elements is missing in your life, then we can talk about how can we add it? How can we make the chi flow by adding another element to your life? And which element would that be? And of course, all of that, also the basics of the Feng Shui, the Tai Chi, the yin and the yang. So if you can balance the yin and the yang to start with, it's great. It will give you already so much more balance in your life. And the yin and the yang is the basic principle of everything. So are you more yin? Are you more yang? As you are watching this video, and if you're watching it at home, step a little bit back, maybe pause the video and have a look around you. What elements are right here around you? Is it more yang or is it more yin? Is your bedroom a different quality than your living room? Well, how is your kids' rooms? How are they? So what is more dominant in your life? Is it work, work, work all the time, yang? Or are you always tired and exhausted, so more yin? So if you want to then stimulate the other quality to come into your life, you can do that via the yin and yang principles, or you can do that via the 5 element principles. You can look into your trinity of Feng Shui. Where can I change something? You can look into the 4 components. So my bottom line with the Feng Shui here is really, where is something missing, lacking? What do you want to change? And which Feng Shui school / which Feng Shui principle do we use there? We don't use all of them. That's more chaos on top of everything. We are looking at the situation that is in your home, in your life, and then we're looking at which of the principles is most likely to help you with that. So the bottom line of Feng Shui in general is really, it depends on what is your situation right now. What do you want to change? What are your goals? What are your preferences in life? And according to that, we're then choosing which principles are we using. So there's a first layer that we can use, then there's a second layer and a third layer. And each layer will bring you changes. So if you start looking at the chi flow in your home as the first layer and see where you can change that to the better, where you can make the chi more flow, where you can incorporate chi from the outside better into your world. For instance, simple things like the mouth of chi, your entrance. What does that look like? Is it messy? Is it clear? Does everybody find your entrance, or is it more people coming like, oh, I didn't know what to use? Well, then the chi probably also has a problem finding your property and your house and your entrance. So starting from the chi flow, then once you've done that and mastered that and balanced, then next one, the yin and the yang in your home, depending on the areas. So a rest area and a bedroom, of course, had a different energy. We talked about that with yin and yang. Then the living room or the kitchen, they have different, or your workspace, different energies. So the bottom line is really, do not mix and match those different schools. And that is the problem with reading a book, because they will tell you this easily and you start matching that. Stick to one school, to one principle, to one pattern. And I say minimum for a week. And then build on top of that. So just look at one of those principles and internalize that, use it. Feel into what has changed. And if you want to change more, tap into the next principle. Start learning one step after another. So the thing is really, the Feng Shui really gives you an analytics instrument of analyzing what is in your home, in your life, in your inside, what is happening. Where's the frustration? Is there anger? That also refers to a different element, by the way. So you can see that in the element, or already in the yin and the yang. As I said, always work, 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 work. Yang. Always tired, yin. And you can change that. But of course, if you're always tired and exhausted, you wouldn't want to put yang on top, because you would be just more exhausted. We have to look at the balance of the yin and the yang in your life. Does that make sense to you? I hope it does, because that's what I want you to understand. There is no one solution for all. We have to look at every single situation, every single home. So why did you feel so much better in the old home than you're feeling now in your new home? Why does the feeling in your home change so much with your second child? Why is it suddenly that since you're in the new home, there are issues in your relationship? And we can see that in the chi flow of your home and the yin and yang of your home and the elements of your home. Every home is different. And actually, of course, you can ask me to do that for you, but I would love you to learn that. And that's why I've created the Space Creativerse. So if you want to know more about that, ask me. Comment, share, like here. Let me know what you think. And maybe go back to the first episode of this series where I had the introduction of what we're doing, and then go through the different principles and learn that. So you can take all of the free stuff that I have on here and learn from that and implement it and let me know how it went. Or contact me and ask me how I do it and ask me how I can teach you. And I would love to teach you, because I really want you to understand how you can change, what you can change, and that it isn't hard. It's not hard if you have a plan, if you have a step-by-step plan to change. And that's what I want you to understand. It's not hard. It's just different. So I would love you to come on the journey with me, and I would love you to watch the next videos and to let me know what you think about it. Have a great day. Have fun. Have a great time and fun working with those principles. It needs to be fun, because then the outcome is great. Okay. See you soon, and bye for now.